Oh my goodness. I've just spotted something that I think is so cool. Oh gosh, just let me savor this moment while I stand here feeling very excited. Okay, guys, I'm going to just come in very slowly. Now, can you see anything down there that makes you feel excited too?
Hello there, my name is Nicola White. I'm a licensed Thames mudlark with a creative permit issued by the Port of London Authority. Welcome to my YouTube channel. By watching my videos, you will discover the magic of mudlarking on the River Thames in London. I'm passionate about searching for London's lost history and then researching the stories behind my finds. Come along with me and let's see what we're going to unearth today. As many of you are aware, no doubt, there's often quite a lot of interesting bricks to be found on the Thames foreshore. And this one has just caught my eye for some reason. Not sure why. It looks like A bold. I think that's what it says anyway, A bold. And underneath, I think is that aloe? Something like that. Anyway, well, I'm going to leave that actual brick there, but I will see if I can find out anything about A bold. Not one I've noticed before, I have to say. So I've just seen down here what looks like the back of a military button. It is just there. Can you see it? The back of it. So let's see what it is. I'm going to have a feel first. Oh, it feels very squashed. Maybe the front of it is completely worn away. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, yes, that is very squashed. But we might be able to see what's on there if we get the mud off. Let's have a look. No, it looks like some form of shield. I can't make out what it is at the moment. There might be some letters or something on there. Well, hopefully a little bit of a wash, and later on we might be able to decipher it and see what it is. I always love a good mystery. Not in the best state though, is it? I have just seen something over there, and it's a really lovely sight to behold. Let me come over here and pop the camera over there and see if you can see what I'm looking at. Can you see anything? Can you? Let's go a little closer. I'm sure you can see it now. Look at this. Look. It is a padlock, and it looks as if it's attached to a chain. And it looks in pretty good nick as well. I do like a good padlock because you can often find a name on them, and there's nothing better than a name to research. This looks so cosy, doesn't it? That's better. Okay, let's get this out. Just take a moment to look at it, where it's been in the same place for years and years, probably over 100 years, I would think. Come on, little padlock, out you come. I hope it leaves a padlock-shaped hole. Let's try and help it to do that. Oh dear, it's very noisy down here today. Right, out you come. Well, it's not that padlock-shaped, but no, it's really not padlock-shaped.
Never mind. Here's the padlock. And here's the chain. Well, we need to give you a little rinse off, don't we? Let's go and give it a little wash. Oh, I hope that there's a name on this padlock. The name of a shipyard owner, maybe, or a lighterman, or a lighterage company. Chances are there will be. And hopefully on this side, because that will make it a lot easier. Right, you can just see those lovely grass bits here. How the mud keeps everything in such good condition. Okay, little padlock, you're coming home with me. Hi everyone, I really love being out here on the Thames estuary. It's so beautiful, remote and wild, and it's somewhere I often come to collect driftwood and other materials to use in my artwork. There's one downside, and you may be able to see it scattered here around me. It does tend to accumulate a lot of plastic pollution here, and it really drives home just how much single-use plastic we use in our society. I think that's one of the reasons that I'm always looking at ways I can lead a more sustainable lifestyle. And recently, through the course of my research, I discovered a company called Wild, who provide refillable bathroom products. They're also vegan and cruelty-free. They're planet-friendly, and so they tick a lot of boxes for me. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that Wild are partnering with me on this video. So when I get home, I'll show you some of the products and how it all works. I think it can sometimes be really overwhelming trying to address the issue of plastic pollution, and it's easy to think that we can't make a difference. But by using products that have less packaging and that are more refillable friendly, so to speak, like the ones that Wild provide, we can do our part to prevent bottles like this ending up in landfill and in our rivers.
So I'm back from the wilds of the Thames estuary now, and I'm going to show you the products that I've been using. Now, these are the refillable aluminium cases, and I've got here the lip balm, the stick deodorant, the roll-on deodorant, and the body wash. And you can even personalise these, which I absolutely love. So these are the biodegradable refills, and they smell absolutely delicious, and they're really easy to swap in. So I am going to show you how to do that now with the roll-on deodorant here, which is fresh cotton and sea salt. Smells really good. So you take this off. This can go in the recycling. Pull off the top here like this. We screw in the refill nice and securely, like so. Then we pop it into the refillable aluminium case so that it's like this, and then we unscrew to reveal the roll-on deodorant. So really easy, but there are actually really detailed instructions on the Wild site. So Wild customers have so far saved over 600 tonnes of single-use plastic from landfill. And so if you'd like to try these products and have them delivered straight to your door, if you use my code NicolaWhite2026, you'll get 20% off. And you can see all the details on the pinned comment to this video and also in the description to this video. And I'd really like to thank Wild again for partnering with me on this video. I've just seen something really lovely down here.
Can you see it? Can you see it down there? Now look, it's probably going to be broken. But doesn't that look just so lovely? Just there, poking out from between the stones, just emerging from the mud. Lovibond and Sons. Oh, what a lovely fragment. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And you know the best thing about it is that I can already see that it's a local fragment. It's from Greenwich, and I think I may have some vulcanite bottle stoppers from here. Oh, how much is there going to be? Oh, this is like one of those things that you dream about. Greenwich Brewery. Oh, excuse me whilst I just take a photograph of that. Well, I tell you what, this was worth coming down here for. Absolutely. If I don't find anything else all week. Oh, well, this is an absolute delight. Oh, do you know what? I just can't believe it. Oh my goodness. It's so funny because I actually overslept this morning and fell asleep again and was dreaming about mudlarking, and in my dream I didn't find anything as nice as this. Ooh, this is absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, how much is there going to be there? Wow, quite a significant amount by the looks of it. Well. It's like unwrapping a delightful present. I mean, those of you who know me, you'll know that I love finding local history, and this is just a prime piece of local history. And it looks like there's going to be quite a bit of it as well. Yeah, there we are, look. Woo. Oh, out you come. What's it got here? These jars will not be supplied unless previously ordered. Well, I'm glad I got my order in. Thank you, River Thames. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. That is an absolute treat, I'm telling you. That is an absolute treat. Let me take another photo before I pull it out. Out you come, and I'm going to pop you in my rucksack. I'll just give you a little rinse. John Lovibond and Sons, Greenwich Brewery. So, a beautiful addition to my collection of finds related to local history. Fantastic. I can actually see a coin down here now. Not terribly old, I should think, but hopefully it's not just a modern 2p. It could be. It definitely could be. Just here, look. Oh no, it's a halfpenny. It's a little halfpenny. It's a ship halfpenny. And the date is 1944. King George VI. Now look what I can see here. I can see not only one pipe here, but another one there. Twins. So, let's do a little double extraction. Well, I can see where the stem ends on this one, just here. Very nice. 18th or late 17th century clay pipe. what about this one? I wonder if it was friends that were having a smoke and then both threw their pipes away at the same time. I think this one isn't going to have much stem either. Let's have a look. Out you come. Out you come, little pipe. Out you come. Oh, that's not bad, is it? Have a look. Oh, it's got a nice maker's mark there on the side of the heel at the bottom, just there. That looks like a B or an S, and it will also have one on the other side. Twin pipes, and look, actually their shapes are pretty different, which can indicate that they come from different periods of time. This one could be a little earlier and this one a little later, maybe mid 1700s. Well, there's a fork down here and it does not look terribly old at all, but it does have on it YAC. So I wonder where that comes from. Some kind of canteen? What's that? Oh, I think that says Mappin and Webb. They're jewellers as well, aren't they? Quite good jewellers. I've got some Mappin and Webb earrings, actually. Present from a former boss's wife. YAC. What does that stand for? Right. I have just seen something really exciting over there. Almost in the centre of the screen. Can you see it? Do you know why I'm excited? Let's go a little bit closer. Savour the sight of that. In fact, I'm going to take a photograph of it now in situ. Woo! Not every day you come across one of these. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to take a photo. Now this is a cod bottle. Now, wouldn't it be absolutely fabulous if it was in one piece? I can already see that it's got embossed lettering on it. Oh, I love this. This is just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Today is the day that it's emerging from the mud after all this time. Oh my goodness, is it going to be in one piece or will it be half a cod bottle? Oh, it's feeling pretty good. It's feeling so good. And we do have embossing on there. And, oh, wow. Yes, yes, yes. Let's give it a wash. Oh, this is just fab. Absolutely fabulous. You know, we don't find these that often in one piece. They were often broken for the marble inside by children. There's going to be a marble in there just at the top, which used to seal the bottle. So who does this belong to then? Buying or selling this bottle is illegal. Alexander and Co-makers. So who... Oh, this bottle is the property of... Here we've got it. A. Gilby, 108 Mare Street, Hackney. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So happy with this. Look at that lovely cod-shaped hole there. What a treat. Perfect condition, little cod bottle. Oh my goodness. I've just spotted something that I think is so cool, unless it's a piece of silver foil. Oh gosh, just let me savour this moment while I stand here feeling very excited. Okay, guys, I'm going to just come in very slowly. Now, can you see anything down there that makes you feel excited too? Actually, I can see a few things that make me feel excited, but nothing quite like what I'm looking at down here. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Oh my gosh. Look. I don't really find that many old coins. And look. Look. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm absolutely just overwhelmed with gratefulness. I don't find that many old coins, you see, so that is just incredible. It's battered, but oh gosh, imagine who last held that. Imagine who last held that. Who's on it? I'll send it to my friends later, Simon and Mike and the like. Oh, there's a king. There's definitely a king. Just there. Well, I am just so happy. I'm so happy. And there it is, you know, just sitting there waiting to be found. And the last person who held this was living centuries ago. Yeah, I'm just utterly thrilled. Oop. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness. Whew. Whew. Well, after that excitement, I want to investigate some other things that I can see here. Oh gosh, that doesn't happen to me very often. The stars are aligned for me today. Anyway, yeah, I just want to check out this here. It looks like it could be part of an old cooking pot, and I am interested in these. Yeah, possibly the handle of a cooking pot, but also I just want to look at this bone here. You know, I like my bones. Oh, but actually there isn't much there. Okay, but anyway, very underwhelming compared to my coin find. I'm now just feeling so elated. Woo! Oh, look at this beautiful sight of all those geese. Oh, so lovely. You know, they say it's a blessing if geese fly across you or above you. I consider that a big blessing. Oh, wonderful. Wonder where they're off to. Well, we find all sorts of things on the foreshore. And take a look at this. Has it been thrown in deliberately, I wonder? It looks very similar to some of the religious offerings that I find from time to time. Gift of Darshan. So what does this say? Interesting. Be thankful, but also remember that to whom much is given, from him much will be demanded. Words of wisdom to be found on the foreshore today. What do you make of that then?
Hi everyone, thank you very much indeed for watching my video. How are you doing? I hope that all is well with you wherever you're watching from in the world. And what did you think of that profound statement saying there on the religious offering? I've seen it somewhere else before actually, and I think it's very true. I think it's something that's definitely worth bearing in mind. And so anyway, there was much excitement, as you saw, on the foreshore on those days. There were 2 outings on this video and much excitement. I could barely contain myself on occasions. There's just something about seeing some lettering emerging from the mud that is hugely exciting. But I have to say that the most exciting thing I saw on today's video is the coin. I just couldn't believe my eyes, honestly. I think it's because I don't find that many old coins. And when I saw it there, I just couldn't believe it. It was just sitting there on the gravel. Absolutely incredible. Here it is. It's pretty battered and it's got a hole in it. And I went to the British Hammered Coins on Instagram and they identified it as an Edward I or Edward II silver penny, minted in London, otherwise known as a long cross silver penny. And it dates from 1279 to 1327. So the 13th, 14th century. I mean, honestly, I just find that absolutely mind-blowing that the last person who held this was walking the earth in the 13th, 14th centuries. And let's be honest, anybody would look a little bit battered and bruised if they'd been rolling around in the Thames tides for nigh on 600 years. Absolutely fantastic. And even though it's rather battered, you can definitely make out the bust of a king on here. And so it has a crowned bust on one side with his bouffant hair, which kind of matches the portraits of Edward I and Edward II. And on the other side, the long cross, the purpose of which was to make it difficult to trim the edges and debase the coinage. So a few details about the Edwards, Edward I and Edward II. Edward I was King of England from 1272 until 1307, and he was known as Edward Longshanks, as he was so tall for that time. He was actually 6'2". And his son Edward II was King of England from 1307 until he was deposed in 1327. And he grew up apparently to be tall and muscular and good looking. And a bit of miscellaneous info here. When he married Isabella of France, he ordered a fountain that produced wine and pimento, a medieval drink to be installed in Westminster Palace for the reception. So I suppose it's the medieval version of a chocolate fountain that you see at weddings nowadays. And Edward II was sadly murdered in 1327. So if only this coin could speak. Whose pocket was it in? Who lost it? Did they miss out on their dinner because they lost this coin? I mean, coins are great to find, but you can't find out a lot more about them than what they actually are, unlike something with a name on it, say. That's the kind of thing that I really love finding. A coin, you're never going to know who held it, in whose pocket it was. You're not going to know about the life of the person who owned the coin. But a coin from the 13th, 14th century is just a wonderful find. And it really was such a joy to find it, as you probably noticed. And so what could it buy? Well, in the 14th century, it could buy roughly 2 dozen eggs or 2 chickens. And I suppose if the chickens were live and you bought the chickens, then you could eventually have 2 dozen eggs. So this little coin, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm not going to try and straighten it out or anything. I'm going to keep it like that because that's part of its story. And I am very, very happy with it indeed. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you is this piece of a flagon here from John Lovibond and Sons. And Lovibond and Sons were established in the mid-19th century. They were family brewers of wines, spirits, beers, and they also manufactured aerated water. And there's actually a clip here proclaiming that they are the sole agents in southeast London for Max Gregor's celebrated Hungarian wines as supplied to the Queen. Apparently they have testimonials to their purity, delicacy of flavour and general excellence. How wonderful is that? Now I do have a vulcanite bottle stopper somewhere in this room with Lovibond and Sons on it, but I can't find it. So sorry about that, but I have got one. Now this cod bottle, also extremely exciting. These are often broken when you find them because children used to break them to get the little marble out. There's a marble in there which is to seal the bottle and keep the fizziness of the water fizzy, if you like. And yes, I do love a cod bottle, and particularly these mini cod bottles. This is like a full-sized one here, and this one that I found that day is a mini one. And on it, it says this bottle is the property of A. Gilby, 108 Mare Street, Hackney. And unfortunately, I couldn't find out anything about A. Gilby of Mare Street in Hackney. There's a lot about W. A. Gilby, and I don't know if they were related in any way, but if you can find anything on A. Gilby of Mare Street in Hackney, then please do let me know. And on the other side, it says buying or selling of this bottle is illegal. Alexander and Co. Makers, London. A beautiful specimen of cod bottle. Incredible that it's still intact after all that time in the mud. This dates to the 19th century. And I've always thought that these bottles are just so pretty and elaborate when you think of how little liquid they actually held. It's such a waste, isn't it? Somebody's just taken a few glugs out of that and then just thrown it in the mud. And staying on the topic of cod bottles, a few years ago I was actually sent some modern cod bottles, and these are from Japan. So almost the same size. I don't think, have they got marbles in? Yeah, they might do actually. So we've got cod bottles down the ages here, 19th century and 21st century. What next? Oh, right, okay. The brick, the A. Bold Alloa brick. I kind of regret not taking it now because I think it's quite special. And what I discovered about that is very interesting. Alexander Bold ran the Alloa Brick and Tile Works in Scotland, manufacturing bricks from 1813 when he was 31 years old. But the interesting thing about Alexander Bold is that he was also a poet. I think that's just great. You're a brick manufacturer and you're also a poet. And so I thought I would read a poem by Alexander in his honour. And it's kind of romantic, and as it's Valentine's Day today, now I don't buy into the whole commercial thing of Valentine's Day, but I definitely buy into love and healthy romance. And so in honour of Alexander Bold, let's read his romantic poem, and it's entitled, How Sweet Are the Blushes of Morn, by Alexander Bold. How sweet are the blushes of morn, and sweet is the gay blossomed grove. The linnet chants, sweet from the thorn, but sweetest the smile of my love. Awhile, my dear Mary, farewell, since fate has decreed we should part. Thine image shall still with me dwell, though absent, you'll reign in my heart. But by winding Devon's green bowers, at eve's dewy hour as I rove, I'll grieve for the pride of her flowers, and the pride of her maidens, my love. The music shall cease in the grove, thine absence the linnet shall mourn, but the lark in strains bearing love, soft warbling, shall greet thy return. So thank you, Alexander Bold, for that. And I know that it's Sunday the 15th of February when you're going to be watching this video. At least some of you, it will be 15th of February. Others, it will be probably the end of February or March or April. But today, the day that I'm actually filming this, is the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day. I wish you much love in your life. And if you are brokenhearted, I just want to say to you, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and all will come good. Honestly, it really will. I don't know who needs to hear that, but really, believe in yourself. What else have I got here in front of me? I have a fork. How can a fork be interesting, I hear you say? Well, this one's got YAC on it, and I have no idea what YAC stands for. It's definitely not YMCA, is it? YAC, and it's made by Mappin and Webb, who are quite a prominent jeweller. So any ideas or suggestions for YAC, or I tell you what, just come up with some really fun suggestions for YAC and we can choose our favourite one. I've also got here the button, the very, very squashed button. Now, I actually threw this in some Coca-Cola and it's partly shined up quite nicely, but I have no idea what it is. It could be some kind of livery button. But anyway, there'll be a picture up on the screen, and if you've got any suggestions, please do let me know. Now that's it for my finds today. I'm very, very happy with them. I can't wait to put my little coin in a cabinet next to my Queen Elizabeth I half a crown, and they can have a little conversation together. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is that on Thursday, the 26th of February, from 6 to 9 p.m. at London Museum Docklands, you can come and meet Sci-Finds and myself and lots of other really cool mudlarks in the Secrets of the Thames exhibition, which is actually closing on the 1st of March, so there's not much time left to see it. But also there's going to be a special screening of Time and Tide, which is a film that I was in that was filmed about 10 years ago now, about my favourite ever place to go mudlarking, which is just changing so much. I mean, since I started going there, it's really hardly recognisable. And there's other people in it that have a particular link as well to the place called Enderby Wharf. So it's a film well worth watching. So if you're able to come, I'll put the link in the description to this video, or you can go on London Museum website and buy a ticket. And it would be great to meet you. Simon and I will both be there sharing a table together. Well, I think that is it for today. And I want to say a huge thank you to you all for watching. Thank you to everybody who has donated to my Ko-fi and my super thanks, and thank you for being yourselves and for being such a great, supportive community. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm looking forward to being back again very soon with more mudlarking adventures along the River Thames. And in the meantime, I'm sending you much love from here in London. Take care. Bye-bye.